It's Friday, February 18th, 2022, and this is Den Excelsior, the Mostly Marvel podcast. I'm Dennis, and I'll be your host as we review the latest Marvel happenings across all media, as well as other superpowered stories that caught our attention. And when I say we, I'm referring to my wonderful co-hosts this week. Joining us, I believe, after adventuring in the Forbidden West, it's Frank.
Hey, no, I haven't gone to the Forbidden West yet.
You're still on the other one.
I'm still in the very welcoming East, apparently.
I figured since Horizon sequel came out already this week, you'd be down to do it. I know you were trying to get through the last one to get there.
Yeah. It's been taking me a while because there's so many collectibles in it, and I wanted to platinum it before I jump to the next one.
Gotcha.
So I'm almost there. I just got like a couple more llamas to get, and then I'll be there.
Well, that's what I get for presuming. My bad. I ruined it. All right.
I'll be there. I'll give them money soon, though. They'll have my money soon enough.
Got it. Okay, and let's get our other person out here, since I just totally botched that conversation topic right there. Let's get our guy behind the switches who loves to spoil everything. It's Ricky.
Hello. I have been playing Horizon Dirty South. So
is that the one with Pitbull? You play as Pitbull?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You play as Pitbull and you go through Houston, but you find out it's actually set in modern time.
Nice.
Houston just always looks like that. So
Houston, huh? The Dirty South.
Frank, you took a week off. What'd you do?
I did. So last week, as you guys know, was Valentine's Day weekend. Mm-hmm. And I watched this horror guy named Joe Bob Briggs. And
that's right. You do that.
So they had a Valentine's Day movie. I forgot what the first movie was. I actually fell asleep during the end of the first movie, but the second one was Frankenhooker. Now, if you're not very sensitive about things, I highly recommend Frankenhooker. If you are very sensitive, trigger warnings left and right, and I wouldn't recommend it. But it's kind of like a Frankenstein meets Reanimator.
Okay.
In a hooker.
Is it Frankenhooker or Frankenhooker's monster?
Oh no, it's Frankenhooker. The main guy's name is Frank.
Question.
So it's his hooker. No, yeah, no,
okay.
That's totally valid.
That was an excellent question.
They actually even make that joke within the movie. They're talking about it's Frankenstein's monster. The lady in question actually dies by getting killed by a lawnmower. There's a lawnmower chops her up.
That was a good lawnmower death.
Yeah.
But so I'm assuming the premise is they build a hooker.
Yeah. So what happens? So what happens is the guy wants to rebuild he's obsessing over rebuilding his girlfriend, fiance, and he ends up buying a bunch of hookers, and he blows them up with super crack, and he takes their pieces and makes them into his Frankenhooker.
Because I just feel like, isn't that the premise of Reanimator 2?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, Bride of Reanimator? Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was just double checking.
100%, but this one's a lot more tongue-in-cheek. It knows
These all
that
sounds so fake.
It knows that it's a dumb movie. Whereas Bride of Reanimator kind of could be serious, I guess. Maybe.
All right. Well, that's what we get for asking too much.
Okay. Yeah.
But I appreciate that Ricky needed the clarification. All right, so we don't have a guest this week. We kind of this was at the request of my compatriots here. Frank really said, every now and then it would be nice if it's just us, and I want to give him that because it's Valentine's week. I wanted to give that to Frank, so we didn't go out of our way to try and get somebody. We just thought, if we're going to talk about the end of all of Peacemaker for this year, let's just keep it between us. So that's what we're doing. It's going to be an intimate experience, but we do hope that there are people out there in the audience that will be joining us as well. We're checking the comments, so if you got anything, shout it out. But before we get to Peacemaker, season finale talk, we do have some nerd news to discuss, and then we've also got like a round of trivia that we like to call Contest of Champions. And like if there's if you are joining us live right now, obviously chime in whenever you want. We'll try to acknowledge you when we can, when it best fits. But also, if you can't get enough of us, patreon.com/denxmedia. You can go find all kinds of other stuff, including old episodes of The Soapbox, which is our after show that we hold immediately after this one ends. Patreon subscribers, they get to chat with us live immediately. Anybody else who doesn't want to, they can just check in sometime next week. It'll be up. Last week's episode went up today. It's when I remember, honestly.
Yeah. Feel free to peruse our back catalog too. We did a lot more bickering back in the day. Now it's a lot more collaborative, so it's not the best show.
We actually did argue a lot more back then.
We bickered so much; it was awesome.
Yeah, we should fight each other now. Fight each other again.
I mostly pick on Ricky off screen now, as opposed to on screen.
You get it all out, get all the venom out.
I do.
Speaking of venom, did you guys get your Spider-Man toys that came in?
No,
not yet.
My shit hasn't even shipped yet.
Mine haven't shipped. I do have other toys. I'll show them to you later.
Nice.
But
during the soapbox.
Yeah, sure. We got to keep it spicy there. But no, the Spider-Man ones, I have not even gotten a notice that they are shipping yet. But I did get one today. Really awkward. They Hasbro let me know. Surprise! This wave that we told you was going to come in May. Well, you're getting Doctor Strange figures next week.
Nice.
Cool.
So that's kind of weird. It's going to be sitting around for like months before the movie comes out. But
don't read them. Don't read the back.
Don't read the back.
I mean, it's not a Marvel's Katie. I'm sure they'll fly off shelves.
Man,
that is true. But yeah, so I got the symbiote and I got the Ben Reilly one.
Oh, nice.
Where you bought from Amazon, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so that's the cross I bear, is that I usually do it through Amazon, which they make sure all of their other retailers are taken care of first, and then whatever's left that they set aside for their customers, that's what gets sent out. So they're going to make sure that the Amazons and the Big Bads and the Entertainment Earths and all that are handled with their orders first. So, but I don't pay shipping, but I know you don't.
Sure,
either,
Hasbro loves your support.
Hey, I had to cheat on them last week for that $2 price drop. So, or price increase. So
I forgot about that. Yeah,
I cheated on them. So
will you renew your Hasbro Pulse? What is it? Subscription?
I will, and I'll show you why later.
Okay.
In the soapbox, we got to keep it spicy.
Keep it spicy.
Keep it spicy.
Yeah. I mean, I could show you. Like it's
no. Save it for the soapbox. We don't want to give that stuff away.
Fine. We're getting ridiculous now. Okay, cool. Well, besides the toys, one, are you happy with your 2 figures, Frank?
I would be if I didn't get them sent to my mom's house like a fool. So now I have to wait a couple extra days, like a plebe.
Your mom's doing an unboxing for the channel.
I did, yeah. She's actually unboxing on a rival Marvel podcast right now.
Nice. That's awful.
She's on HBOMAX Media with the mostly mom Marvel.
HBOMAX Media.
It's kind of derivative, I would say, but whatever. What are you gonna do? It's your mom.
Yeah. Well, it's your mom.
Yeah.
It's your mom.
It's our mom. It's definitely. It's all of our moms. It's all of our. We are Groot. But I'm still waiting on the spider armor. I got that through Hasbro, so I'm gonna be waiting.
You ain't seen that shit for a while.
You're gonna be waiting. Well, like it's all hit or miss. Like I got different things delivered. Like that were all. I got several things delivered this week, and they were all ordered at very different times last year. So it's that global shipping delay. It's just making things weird. Sometimes things come early. Sometimes things come way late. So.
Oh, it's not because of a lack of supplies. It's not like a plastic shortage or something.
Nah.
Like we need to kill more dinosaurs, and then
it's probably a little A, a little B, right? No.
It's just I think it mostly has to do with the shipping thing. The $2 increase is to handle the cost, the rising cost of plastics. But I don't think that there's a shortage of it. I think it's just costing more.
I see. But then if we killed more dinosaurs and made more plastic. Then
yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how that science works, but you're probably right. You're probably right.
Yeah, I'm not positive either, but I will know once Jurassic World Dominion comes out, and then we'll all know how that goes.
And this portion of our show was sponsored by Jurassic World Dominion.
Yeah, watch it Tuesday.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
thinking
know.
about just
It's not
like
Tuesday, is it?
I'm thinking about like leaning into it and just embracing the Frank part about like always throwing in weird advertisements, because we should get comfortable with it for the eventual day when people
Yeah, no, for
actually
sure.
pay
When
us.
we're sponsored by
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, you definitely want to.
Yeah,
give
Jurassic
them
World.
give them
It would be
spot.
Jurassic World.
Jurassic
Well,
World.
Jurassic World. We lost a sponsorship.
Yeah,
now,
we lost
but-
that. This section of the show is no longer sponsored by Jurassic World.
Brought to you by Peacekeeper. Oh wait, no, it's Peacemaker. Oh no, we lost that too. Darn it.
All right. Well, we kind of got the answer from Frank about he's playing Old Horizon to get through that. Ricky, what have you been nerding out on this weekend? Or this week, sorry.
What have I been nerding out on this week? I don't know, just the usual rigmarole of shows. The Pam and Tommy's. After party, we watched 2 episodes of Murderville. It is funny. I don't know if it's as funny as you hyped it up to be, but it definitely is entertaining.
I mean, if you don't like Good Lines anyways,
I've
Yeah.
actually never seen an episode of Who Like. I've only seen the
What?
there you go.
various TikTok
go.
clips, and I don't like Aisha Tyler, and I know she hosts the reboot.
You associate Aisha Tyler with that show. That is
Oh,
so
wow.
interesting.
With the
Okay.
reboot, I said the reboot.
Oh,
I
man.
specified.
That's like
Um,
the third reboot, dude. Like,
Yeah. Who's your guy? Is it Drew Carey?
I used to watch it on Comedy Central when it was like the actual British show. I don't remember that guy's name, but that's how I watched it first.
Yeah, I'm racking my brain. I'm trying to think of his name. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that British guy. He was cool. He was
But-
pretty chill.
But Colin Mockery and
Ryan Stiles.
Ryan Stiles, they were on that show back then.
Yeah.
It wasn't until it came to America that they added Wayne Brady, and
Oh,
Drew
really?
Carey Drew Carey was the host. Yeah, Wayne Brady was the best find they ever or the best addition, I think.
Yeah, he's-
Anyways,
What have you
yeah.
been doing this week? This Lovers Week.
this
Oh,
week for
man.
lovers. Yeah,
Yeah.
go into detail. Go into great detail what
Mhm.
you were doing.
How was your Lovers Week?
My lover's week. It was great. We had fondue. We had cheese and chocolate fondue.
Ooh.
Ooh, it's kinky.
It was-
Are you
it
that
was-
fancy that you have 2 fondue makers to keep them running at the same time?
Oh my god.
No, you just rinse one out and then you
Okay, you grounded. Okay, I'm glad the
You
fame
just
hasn't
rinse it
gotten
out.
to
You don't
yet.
even wash it. There's like
Yeah,
fondue
well,
chunks.
There's not chunks.
I was thinking Mr. Moneybags over here was rocking 2 fondue.
I was picturing that
machines.
too. I don't know why. Like it seems like a logical thing for him as a foodie to have 2 different fondue pots.
You know, you got the
Just-
chocolate and the
just-
cheese.
I mean, in fairness, if you're doing it right, you need a break after the first course. Like you need a break. It's too much. So you take the break, you wash out the previous thing, come back like 2 hours later and have dessert. Or maybe an hour and a half later. We took a break. It was too much. It's too much food.
Okay.
Too much.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine. Oh, it seems Lindsay clarified in the chat.
Yeah,
It gets washed. It gets
Can't
washed.
confirm the
Doesn't get
pots get
rinsed.
washed.
Doesn't get rinsed.
Whatever.
It doesn't. They don't give it the once over with a sanitary napkin or something.
Yeah. But that's.
Never
That's
too much cheese. See,
I mean, you tell that to my toilet, sir.
you're
Tell that to my toilet.
you're also robbing yourself of being able to get the fondue on the stick and then dipping it in the chocolate. You got the chocolate covered cheese. Is that a thing?
I think that is.
That's got to be a thing.
Yeah.
You got to have some pretentious French word for it.
You asked, I gave you the answer.
I know what else I did, and this can lead into our news. I watched The Big Game.
It's not a segue if you say it. If you
Did you guys watch the Super Bowl at all? I know Dennis said he wasn't. Frank, did you
I
catch
did
any
not.
of the...
you know, funny story about. So I had a migraine that day, like a really bad migraine.
Mhm.
Okay, wait, let me go back further. So we went to Olive Garden because we wanted to avoid the rush to the Super Bowl. So it was like a ghost town at Olive Garden, and then I developed a migraine, and it was like the worst
Wait,
mind-numbing
rushed to the
migraine.
Super Bowl. Oh, like at the Olive Garden.
Yeah, at the Olive
Okay.
Garden. So it was like a ghost town. It was like Disneyland back in the good old days when the Super Bowl would chase crowds away, because they'd be going to watch the Super Bowl over the happiest place on earth, whatever. It's not my place to decide, but so we went to Olive Garden, Ghost Town. I started developing a migraine. Got home and I just buried myself under sheets. I woke up and my wife was watching the Super Bowl, and I'm all like, "What betrayal is this?" And so I decided to watch with her, but she wasn't watching the Super Bowl. She was fast forwarding past the game and just watching the commercials like the entire way
like
through.
any sane person would.
Yeah, like any sane person. So we
Yeah.
just watched it. We watched all the commercials and we watched what's it called? The halftime show, of course. But the commercials, man, all the best ones, I had to go to the bathroom during, and it was like the worst time. Like I could
Wait, you had
hear
to-
I
you
could
were
hear Bonnie
TiVoing the
Tyler.
thing.
What?
You were recording the Super Bowl, and you could just pause it while you went to go to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
no, we totally could have, but I guess I elected to miss Bonnie Tyler because I was sitting on the toilet and I hear her turn around, and I'm all like, what the hell? I'm on Bonnie Tyler in the Super Bowl commercial. Like, what the heck? What year is this? Like, I couldn't tell. I eventually saw that commercial. I thought it was great, but yeah, it was cool. Yes, I did. So to answer your question, yes and no, I did and didn't watch the Super Bowl.
He pooped his way to the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen.
I should have pooped during the game. That would have made more sense.
Please make this matter. Please make it all matter.
Well,
Oh man.
I'm
where are they
Frank,
going
your
with this?
host.
I don't
During
know. Clicking
during the
buttons all
Super
weird.
Bowl, we got some new trailers. Holla! What do you guys think of that Doctor Strange trailer? Trailer 1.
It was pretty good. I wish people would stop saying that Tom Cruise is in it all the time.
Is it trailer 1 or I mean, because wasn't there one?
There was a teaser, and this is trailer 1.
Oh, fine, fair enough. I loved it. I'm very excited for this movie. I loved seeing that little bit at the end of the credits that says music by Danny Elfman.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That just sold me. I'm over the moon. I'm excited for this movie, man. I think it's really going to be fun and wacky, and I think Sam Raimi is going to put his stamp on this thing, and it's just going to feel awesome. So
the commercial itself already felt very Sam Raimi with the zooming into the eye and like the zombie Doctor Strange and just the zombies in general. Just, the run of the mill zombies.
A lot of red.
I can't speak. This beer's getting to me.
And Travis wants to spoil a little bit.
I
think we all know that we heard a very distinctly familiar voice at one point in the trailer, that of Patrick Stewart.
Very Patrick Stewart-y.
It's very safe to assume that he and possibly more members of the Illuminati will be there.
So this picture right here, movie. Are you guys thinking that those are Ultrons? Because
those look like freaking Ultrons, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. A lot of people are saying like Iron Legion. Some people calling like a Superior.
Well, I guess it would be Iron Legion if
I mean that's splitting. Right? It's splitting hairs though, right? Like the Iron Legion became Ultrons, right?
Yeah,
like,
in the Ultimate, and they do borrow from the Ultimate pretty heavy.
They have yellow eyes, so they're good guys.
Oh, I meant in Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Really, in the actual book? I don't remember that.
No, I'm talking about in the movie. In the movie, he just took over all the Iron Man suits, and he took over the factory. Sorry, not the suits, but the drones. The drones. He took over the drones.
Okay, I guess you're right. Yeah, okay. I never thought of it that way, but I guess yeah. I always took it like he built his own drones after he jumped in the internet.
I do have to interrupt because this is important. Anytime somebody tells me that I was right, I have to call attention to that. Travis wanted to say, Dennis, I remember us talking about what if and if it were canon. This trailer proves you were right and I was wrong.
Ooh.
It's very true.
Can we pin that on the screen?
Yeah. Well, it's that's going to be immortalized forever.
We'll make little buttons of it and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised they dropped as many little nuggets as they did in this trailer. I feel like
Ricky, Captain Spoiler, man. Did you see the 8K high res picture of this? The one that looks like okay.
The theory is that this might be Blue Marvel.
That's a theory,
eight. No.
Okay, right here. Who do you guys think that is right now?
It's
Maria.
Here now.
No.
You think Maria?
I think it's Dennis, more likely Blue Marvel or Kang.
Blue Marvel or Kang. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I want to pick Blue Marvel or Kang, but I'll just say it's superior Iron Man. I don't care. It's Tom Cruise.
It,
Whatever.
it could be, but like if you zoom in on it, it's a black man. It's a black man's face. So that's why I don't believe
Could
it's
be a black woman.
It could be a black woman. Yeah. It looks very distinct to the actress who played Maria Rambo. If you zoom in, I think so.
I don't think so.
I would imagine it's the other Rambo. I forget her
A
name. Monica.
member of the Marvel family. How about that?
Well, Blue Marvel's not a member of that family.
Okay.
You're gonna have to negotiate
with a Marvel in their title
because someone's Marvel. So
could be Shazam.
Could be Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Levi.
Or like Frank said, it is possible. It could be a Tom Cruise Iron Man. You know, it's possible.
Well,
I'm just BSing. I just took the last theory.
Give me three characters.
What's up?
Give me your short list for your Multiverse of Madness Illuminati.
Of who we want, or who?
Yeah. Well, I've heard rumors. I don't know if you have this in your news, but I've heard rumors that we're actually getting a Illuminati either movie or show in development, and so it could be completely different from the ones we see in this movie. Yeah. This movie could just set the precedent for it. So,
are you expecting the Illuminati to have had a hand in sending Hulk to Battleworld or not Battleworld, but
Sakaar?
You know what I mean, Sakaar and in Ragnarok. Like retroactively, do you think they're going to do a Marvel thing?
I wasn't, but
well, do you think? I think the bigger question: do you think the Illuminati exists in the main MCU universe?
Whether or not it does right now, it doesn't mean that it can't retroactively exist later.
Or to some degree, do you think presently at this present time? Do you think there's an Illuminati that's hidden? It doesn't have to be like Professor X and Namor and all them. It could be.
I mean,
whatever. Yeah.
I can't really be wrong for saying yes. I do because like
you heard it here. Breaking news, folks.
We've already seen Boner, like there was shadow puppet. There was a shadow puppet group of people in Avengers, right? Like that
was a security council. You saw who they were.
They could be the Illuminati.
Yes, but they're basically an Illuminati. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There can be any number of secret shadow
organization.
Yeah.
Which one do you think was Namor? Yeah. Which one of them?
I don't know, Frank. I don't know. I feel like you guys are way more excited about the Illuminati than I am.
I'm just fun and I don't really care. Like after Endgame, I checked out and I'm just along for the ride and having fun.
I think an Illuminati without T'Challa is kind of whatever.
Well, yeah, you're not getting that in any universe.
Any universe? Well, you make some bold claims. You make some really bold
in the
claims
what if universe, maybe.
I would have liked Shuri as a Illuminatus because she's got the brains.
He said T'Challa. He didn't say Black Panther.
I said T'Challa, which doesn't mean Chadwick Boseman. You know how many Lokis we've seen last year? They're all Loki.
Mm-hmm.
So there can be other T'Challas. It's fine. It's okay.
Well, just like there's other T'Challas, there's a whole other world of superheroes in the DC universe.
See, that was a good segue.
Was it? So, all right.
I'm gonna defer to Frank on this one. So the Justice League Avengers crossover from the early 2000s is getting a reprint.
Yeah.
Pull up the story, but while I'm pulling that up, Frank, what do you know about this? Beautiful.
He knows that I have all 4 issues and he doesn't.
What are you talking about? I do.
Oh, you still do? Oh, I thought you got rid of those.
No. The ones I don't have are the Marvel versus DC ones. I have those in single issues, but I don't have it in trade. And then I don't have the subsequent amalgam ones, but I have certain single issues here and there. Like I have Dark Claw, I have Spider Boy.
Subsequent. Wait. No, this one's so JLA Avengers, the one that they're reprinting, is supposed to be the last one.
Yeah, JLA that's the most recent one by George Perez.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. No, I thought you were saying you have
the ones I don't have in trade are the DC ones where you can the Marvel versus DC where you had to call in and be like, "Yo, I think I don't know, Spider-Man should win or something."
Gotcha.
Like, okay. Yeah. Why did they do the call-in stuff? Like same with like the death of Jason Todd.
Okay,
like man, that guy got wrecked.
Let me try and abbreviate this because you asked Frank, and now we're all over the place on this one. JLA Avengers was done by George Perez and written by drawn and written by Kurt Busiek. It came out in like 2003, and it's the last official crossover from Marvel and DC comics, and thusly it's not been printed many times since then because they just don't want to. I think there's no money.
Reprint those.
There's no money to be made in it. So, but they've
but then who does the printings? They have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Figure it out.
And so I feel like this article kind of buried the lead because that's not the actual draw of it. What it is I mean, yeah, it is a draw that this thing's being reprinted, but more specifically, it's being done to support George Perez's Heroes Initiative charity, which actually provides medical assistance to people in the comic book industry. And it was announced earlier, I think in December, that he is dying of cancer, pancreatic cancer, and he is elected to not go forward with radiation treatments and instead spend the remaining time he has with his family. So to honor him and his memory while he's still around,
his prehumus memory.
Yeah, Marvel and DC have agreed to reprint this because it is an amazing testament to his creative abilities. Like, I remember reading this comic and just be blown away by every single page that he drew. I remember hearing stories about because each issue was getting delayed, and it's because the dude sprained his wrist drawing every single character on the page.
He got jacked up. But he also used every story, like Starro, Mother Boxes, all that stuff is present in there.
It is.
And they even jump different eras.
It's super comprehensive, and it's just every single character from both sides is there, and he drew them all, and it's nuts.
It's really cool when they're hanging out because there's a through line of Hawkeye and Green Arrow having a little kind of friendly rivalry.
Yeah,
and through all the issues, they're always talking about crazy shots that they're gonna do.
Yeah,
and it's pretty fun. It's a good book.
I think my favorite part about this story was that each group of them gets to visit the other group's world.
Yeah, well, it's an annual thing in their book,
right?
It was either annual or it was there was a period of time where they would do it. They would meet in other people, each other's worlds. You'd see them all in the Watchtower. You'd see them all.
No. But I mean, they specifically go and just see the world, without interacting with the heroes. And I'm saying, Superman sees the Marvel version of New York, and he just falls to his knees and starts crying because he's just so disgusted with it, and so saddened by it and everything. It's pretty hilarious.
So much litter.
Yes, that is part of it, but there's also
yet he doesn't pick any of it up.
No, he doesn't.
So there's going to be a run of 7,000 hardbound copies.
There's so much Granny's peach tea in the alleyways of New York, man.
It is
everywhere.
It is a cool book, and it really warmed my heart to know that he set up this awesome thing that's going to be his legacy. That because honestly, comic book people, most of them really don't get paid as much as you'd like to believe they do, and they definitely work a lot of the times on contract and stuff, so they're not getting full-on life insurance from Marvel or DC and stuff like that. So it's really, medical insurance. So it's really nice to know that he created this whole thing that's just built to support people in that industry, when life hits you hard. And so I think that's really awesome. So yeah,
it's good stuff. They also have there's something. I was gonna say. I don't remember if it was a joke or if I was gonna make a real comment now. But anyway, we could skip past it. We could talk about it more in the soapbox. But I did want to bring up Travis's comment, and Travis is correct. I forgot about that in the Illuminati book, where T'Challa just dipped. You guys are stupid, and he left.
But that's why I like it with T'Challa.
But that was post the Reginald Hudlin T'Challa run. That was T'Challa, right? Or was it pre?
Well, it's definitely post Reggie Hudlin. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. What you got next, Ricky?
Last little nugget of news. We kind of got another look at Jane Foster in Thor. The
Silver Surfer.
Love and Thunder, as it's
are you talking about her SH Figure Arts figures?
I am talking about it.
Nice.
Did you take a look at this?
I did look at those. Yeah. Yeah,
I
they're.
think you kind of get a good look at her costume, but I think the one thing that came to note was it almost looks like she's exploding Mjolnir, or she's controlling the pieces from
Maybe she's
Mjolnir.
putting it back
the
together.
crumbled.
I mean,
Something's going on with that hammer.
You would
That's
look
cool.
for this. You would look for the spoiler. You like to bury the lead. You're like, and we got a new look at her. By the way, look at this
I don't
spoiler.
think it's a spoiler.
By the
She's
way.
using a hammer in a cool new way.
Well, it's the
Or
spoiler that maybe she could have potentially rebuilt Mjolnir
Yeah,
or be able
she
to reform it.
Yeah, it's a spoiler.
Okay.
Does she do that in the comics? Wait, Mjolnir doesn't get destroyed in that arc, does it?
Correct. It does
Okay.
not.
A
it's
hammer
okay.
is going to be in a Thor movie. Spoilers.
No,
Sorry.
the hammer. The specific hammer is clearly.
Okay.
But I like the suit, which was what I thought we were going to talk about. I think it's very comic accurate. It looks legit.
It doesn't have that acorn on the top. I like that
It's a
acorn.
little
actually.
point up there.
I guess. I guess it's acornish. Ooh,
And there's
that's
also
cool.
a look at Thor as well. He looks
Yeah,
pretty similar to all the pictures that we've seen.
How many
got the hair
Eternals
back.
did he kill to get that outfit?
Hey, I will
You went
not
to South
sit here
Dakota and picked off Salma Hayek's.
and listen to you pick on the Eternals outfits. I think they're awesome. I love their outfits.
Did you watch the Eternals here, Frank?
No,
Still
he hasn't
have
done
not.
Oh,
Still
you
have
can't.
not.
No, get out of here.
I've been watching Attack on Titan. I fell down that rabbit hole because they dropped the final season. So I've been like kind of poop socking season 1, and then tomorrow I plan to kill season 2 in a day, and then we'll see where
I've
it goes from
only seen season 1, and I fell asleep in the last episode.
there. Oh, really, man?
And I
You don't
never
like it?
cared to go back. Not a big anime person in general.
Gotcha.
Agreed.
I like to watch it to practice, my comprehension in Japanese, and then they start busting out words like science words and stuff, and I'm all like, I don't know what they're saying. Okay, I guess I got to put the subtitles. I'm not as cool as I thought.
Did you have any other news, Ricky?
I did not have any other news.
Well, I will let you know that Marvel has the Hasbro Marvel team is hosting their first live stream of the year on Monday. So I should
President's Day.
I should have a lot of new stuff to talk about next Friday.
Nice.
on that show. Yeah.
Give me your pie in the sky prediction.
I mean,
What's
I'm
dropping?
hoping they officially just announced the Spider-Man 60th anniversary wave. Like, I just want to see it. I don't want to be like speculating anymore.
I want to see that Toad.
Toad from
The whatever 20th anniversary Toad.
Ray Park Toad.
I mean, I can tell you really want to see him. You know exactly what he's going to look like, right?
Ray
It's
Parker
gonna be-
Jr. Toad.
It's going to be Frogman and Dr. Octopus's body
Was Ray
but
Park Toad?
with Toad's head.
Yeah, in the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. I don't think I've seen the first X-Men through.
Oh my gosh.
For being honest.
You're here shaming Frank for not watching a movie that came out like 3 months ago, and you have never fully watched X-Men?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Tune in here every Friday night for the mother of all hypocrisy, guys.
There's like 20 of those movies. Can't watch all of them.
There's like 20 of those. How many MCU movies have you seen?
Yeah. Like 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't expect me to watch both.
First class hypocrisy.
Once we get an
Only on
X-Men in the
Den
MCU,
Excelsior.
then I'll go back.
Scarlet Witch.
There you go. You got to go back now.
Mm,
No, you already said
She's totally an X-Men.
Quicksilver.
she's not an X-Men in those movies.
Until you retroactively find out she was.
If sure, no, that'll work for me. Till then,
Come
she
on.
ain't.
Come on, camera. Zoom in.
But
What
it's,
about-
it's
You watched New Mutants?
yeah. I said I've seen most of those movies.
But there's like 20 of them. There's not even 20 of them. There's like
how
less than
many are
10,
there?
by the way. I
There's
think
no,
there's-
is it less than 10?
it might be less than 10.
Okay, it's the first three,
Okay, now we got to name them.
and then what? First Class.
First 3, then 3 Wolverine movies. So that's 6.
Oh yeah, 3 Wolverine. Okay. First Class, which is 7.
There's 4. No, there's 5 of the new 5 or 4 of the new ones.
I don't know.
First
That's why I was
Class-
going one by one, so we didn't.
Yeah,
have
Well,
to-
it might be 11 movies. There might be.
Are you
11
counting the
movies.
Deadpools in there?
Okay,
You
you,
got to
can
now.
count the
You kinda
11.
got to.
You can count the Deadpools. So there's 13 movies then.
Okay.
That's not 20. Not even close. It's cool.
Closer than.
Are we
less than-
counting the video game tie-ins?
Yeah, we have to throw that in there.
Okay,
The canceled Gambit movie too. Sure.
I'm glad. Yeah, we got to
No,
count the canceled
no,
Gambit
no,
movie, and
We're not counting canceled movies.
and
'cause
Blue
you can't
Mountain
watch it.
State.
Blue Mountain State.
Is that the name of the
All
show?
right.
Did I get that right? I always set that up.
Well, that's
Blue
a show
Marble
that has
State.
Blue Marble State, probably.
Blue Marble State. Okay, perfect. Rocky Mountain Oysters. I'm down.
Deep State Marble.
Deep State.
Okay. Is it game
All
time?
right. We're talking about Boba Fett now, guys.
I would
Let's talk
like
about-
this to be game time, please.
Okay.
Okay, it's time for Contest of Champions, and
game time.
I'm trying to get amped for this. I'm pretty excited. It was Frank's turn. Frank's turn to bring the heat. Frank, we missed you last week, and I know you had fun watching the games. I
That was really cool.
I specifically made those knowing you weren't going to be there, but I promise to bring that kind of game back again sometime when you are here.
That actually it made me super happy. So I was grinding out some levels on Horizon Zero Dawn, and you guys were like talking with reverence about me, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. That felt really good to see that. You're like, Frank would have got that. Frank would have got that easily, as you totally rip into Ian and Ricky about it. So that was cracking me up.
Yeah. I mean, I was mostly doing it for the show, but
Yeah.
It hurt my
But you
feelings.
would have gotten them, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
I knew you would.
And like we talked about, like the amalgam between Storm and Wonder Woman, that should have, like,
Thunder
even though I
Woman.
knew the answer was Amazon, it should have been Thunder Woman, because Thunder Woman is just fantastic. That's a fantastic name.
It is a great name. I was very proud of that one.
Sorry, it's like trademark though. Like some random performer's name is Thunder Woman.
I just think the dumbest thing ever is that she has 2 W's on her chest and her name is Amazon.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, that's stupid.
She had this W's in the movie, right? Before she was named Wonder Woman.
Maybe
She's
in
always
Themyscira,
Wonder Woman.
2 W's equals a TH or something. No. 2 W's equals an A.
It means
in their
hope.
language.
But,
Yeah, it means hope.
but the point is her name is Wonder Woman, and that's why it's appropriate, you know. Like Superman gave you a whole bunch of BS about it's not an S. It stands for peace. That doesn't matter. As long as your name's Superman, the S fits. You know what I mean? I'm just saying when your name is Wonder Woman and you got the WW, it looks good. When your name is Amazon and you got the WW, that's dumb. That's just dumb.
Well, what do you want her to? Do you want her to have an A, or do you want her to be?
Yeah, I
better.
do.
Well, how does the A go? Like, it's going to cover the cleavage. It would have to be AA, and that's already taken, so she can't do that.
Frank, what's your game? What's your game you got today? Oh, you got to drink a little bit more for this one.
It's my spin on Family Feud, basically.
Oh,
Nice.
I don't have a family here though.
But we can't hear the music because I have the music playing on here, and it does make the noise. And when you mess up and stuff, it goes, kind of thing.
R.I.P. Louis Anderson.
Did he die already?
He died a few
just
weeks
died.
ago.
I thought he died like 2 years ago.
He was like in the Vegas airport videos.
He died the same day as Meatloaf.
Oh, wow.
He died 1 hour. Well, they reported it 1 hour before Meatloaf.
Who was the third in that? The Death Trinity or whatever they call it.
Well, it was
Bob
like
Saget,
it
right?
was like 2 because it was 3 comedians, and then I think Meatloaf's on a musician track, right? Because we got Bob Saget, Betty White, and Louis Anderson.
I totally missed my mouth when I took a drink. That's weird.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
I don't
cool.
usually do
Yeah,
that. Was my
happens.
mouth in a different place?
It happens.
I
We're
just
on
didn't
live.
notice it.
We're on live. We're live.
Mhm.
You know,
Okay, perfect.
you gotta
Good.
do it.
Oh, excellent.
All right. So Family Feud. It's kind of awkward because we don't have a lot of family representation here, but so it's just me versus Ricky.
Oh, do you want me to save it for?
No,
Do you want me to save it for next week when we discuss? Okay.
let's do it.
Sounds
wanna
good.
see.
All right, show question. Let's go.
Okay, we're on the board. Stupidest Batman villains. Oh man.
Okay.
How do we want to do this? Do we both yell out an answer and then whoever gets one?
Yeah, I'll log the points based on what you guys or the value of the questions that or the value of the answers that you come up with.
All right, I'll yell out Kite Man.
So I want to say before we do this, I I pulled people on Twitter, I pulled people in Discord and stuff like that. So these numbers are actually a representation of the people that I've pulled.
Nice.
Yeah. Without pulling you guys, unfortunately. You guys would have been a great resource, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Well, then that makes me a little more skeptical of Captain Kite Man. But
You stuck with it. You said it.
well, you were mad that I said it.
It's all part of the game.
Yeah.
All right. So let me
Dun, dun, dun,
I gotta find where my
Get your
controller's
pets.
Why do we
spayed
keep
and
seeing
Kite
some
neutered.
Man.
weird creature? I keep seeing a weird creature a sea creature show up in the background every now and then.
There's a sea creature. It's funny.
Okay.
All right,
Kite Man, 28. Nice.
I get to go, right?
28 points. Your go, Ricky.
Condiment King.
Oh shit. He's calling them all out. Show me Condiment King.
I'll take those 5.
I'm skeptical about the people you poll,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to say Music Meister.
Music Meister. All right. Do we have a Music Meister? No, that's a no.
I'm going too deep cut, aren't I? I'm going
Yeah.
to
A little bit of a deep cut. Think more
Ooh,
normie.
okay.
Think slightly
All
more
right.
normie, but not
all right,
too
all
normie.
right. Go,
Ricky.
Ricky.
Ricky, you're up.
Calendar Man. People know who that is.
Calendar Man.
Man.
Yep.
The best answer.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Huh. I'm kind of curious if people would say the Riddler.
Ooh. Not quite.
Damn.
It's two X's.
All right, fine.
Ricky?
What's another man? Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man. Oh.
Is that a Batman villain?
That's 3. I don't think Polka Dot Man's a Batman villain, though. In their defense.
Can I try one more or no?
I'll let you try one more, but not for points.
I was gonna say Mr. Zaz.
Oh no, that would have been another
Okay, fine.
The last 2 just for Clue Master.
They got Clue Master
And the Baffler.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my goodness.
I had to look up the Baffler.
That's an interesting poll. Like how did it work? Did they have everybody to choose from, or did they just like
Yeah, so I made a list of everyone that wasn't like the Riddler, the Joker, who was it? The Riddler, the Joker, Catwoman, all the ones that we all know. I put like Dula Dent, I put the Court of Owls because I thought they were stupid, but I knew no one was gonna pick that. But these are the I feel like they picked them just based on the name more than anything.
Yeah.
Also, like, what's the eraser dude? Is it just the eraser?
The eraser dude?
It's like a dude that's a big ass eraser.
Are you sure that's not Mystery Men?
Or
Could
the
be
tick. Or the tick.
Or the tick, yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Keep it going.
Next
I like
question.
that. That was
Let's
cool,
go.
but I think I overthought it a little too much. Let's do it. What do we got?
All right.
Comic book Peter
Peter's
surnames. Oh, okay.
Okay.
By the way, anybody in the audience is welcome to chime in because we could use your help.
Yeah.
Ricky, you won last round, so you get to go first.
Go for it, Ricky. Peter surnames.
Parker.
Yeah.
Give me Parker.
Peter Parker. Only 31, oddly enough. I thought that was gonna go. I thought that was gonna be like it,
My turn.
Yep.
Quill.
Second choice.
Okay.
That is correct.
I'll
Ricky,
take
you're up.
Porker.
Oh. I was really surprised that nobody put Peter Porker.
Travis agreed with you. I actually was thinking it, but I was like, I don't know if they're gonna do it. I don't know if they're gonna do it.
Right. Uncultured swines.
Wow.
Wow, that actually worked.
I'm gonna test on this one and see if this counts. Rasputin.
Nice. Yep. Peter Rasputin. I didn't
That's
think
right.
that should have counted, but I did write it. I wrote it down, so I'm like, whatever.
I don't know any other Peters. Peter Parker, Peter.
You want to pass it on to Dennis?
I'll pass it on to I don't know any other Peters.
I normally do, and now I'm blanking.
How many
because
other
of
Peters
Ricky.
are there?
There's a lot.
There's
at
one
least-
that stumped me. There's one that's on here that is so hard that I wouldn't have ever got it. And keep in mind, it's comic book Peter, not just not necessarily Marvel.
Peter Pan?
You're actually close, and because I know you're not going to get it, I'm going to give it to you.
Hey,
Peter
Panzerfaust.
Panzerfaust. Now that's a comic book. Like it was a trade paperback, and it's like a retelling of Peter Pan, the Peter Pan story.
Yeah.
what kind of discords are you on, man?
Super weird, man.
Like-
Like that was a super deep cut, and we were arguing
Gonna
about it. for a little
radicalize you.
bit.
in like
They
a minute.
actually they added that to my list, which I thought was funny.
This is hurting me because normally I know other ones. I mean, I have all these toys, and I'm just blanking at the moment.
I know you know one of them at least for sure.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna kick myself. when
Peter
you- when you-
Jackson.
No, not Peter Jackson.
Is that an
Oh,
official
no.
guess?
No.
Peter Dinklage.
See, I can't do it because he's gonna keep naming stupid shit, and I can't.
You
my
want
brain
to
can't
just skip
let
it? You want to call this one a loss?
You want to give me a hint? You want to give me a hint?
MI6. That's all I can give you.
Pete Davidson, right? It's a Peter.
I'm calling that.
What
calling
about
that
Pete,
official.
Pete Wisdom?
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep.
Pete Wisdom, right?
Pete Wisdom.
Okay.
Not a lot of people knew that one.
Yeah,
The last one, I'm super surprised you're not getting.
I know. I like Pete Wisdom's not even like my top of the list. That's hurting me. Pete Ross,
Oh. Now,
but
Actually,
that's a good one though.
the last one, Pete Petresky, and that is Paste Pot Pete.
Paste Pot Pete. There we go.
What are
Yeah,
these
I thought we did
words
that one
you guys
for
are saying?
sure.
Paste Pot Pete. Totally overthinking that one.
You
Paste
guys
Pot
wanna
Pete
do
was
one
in
more
that
or two
entire
more?
season of MODOK that we watched last
Oh,
year.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, you told me about that. I still haven't finished it. One of these days I will.
All right, I'm down for one more round of this. This is interesting.
One more round. All right. Let's go to the next slide.
I'm surprised Pete Ross is not on there though. That's like Superman's best friend before
Right.
Jimmy Olsen.
Occasionally reformed Spider-Man villains.
Does Sandman count because he's always reforming himself?
Go, Sandman.
I meant it in the literal sense, actually.
Well, now you get it.
Yeah.
Now you get it in the point sense.
I see.
Dr. Octopus. He gets reformed in
Ock.
that movie.
Yeah, I guess. Beetle.
Let's see. Nope. I think you're too deep.
I mean,
Can I
You're
say
way-
Harry Osborn?
Way too deep.
Beetle
No,
Mock. Beetle Mock,
no, on that one.
Um,
Hey, this is a quick round. I like this one.
fine. I'll
Shocker.
just. Well, he can't just guess two.
Yeah, you
I'm
can't
just
get two in a
guessing.
row.
I'm not guessing. I'm just saying out loud, thinking out loud.
Oh, that's
Just thinking out
called,
loud.
That's called guessing. That's pretty much the definition of it.
It's
Just
just
think-
the Ed
thinking
Sheeran-
out loud
Ed
like a
Sheeran
Russian.
song. You know.
I'm gonna go with the lizard.
All right. Show me the lizard. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Electro.
That's a no.
Damn it.
Wah, wah,
So
wah,
it's
it?
wah.
Boomerang.
I almost
and
guessed
Venom.
Boomerang, but you told me I was overthinking it. I was gonna guess Boomerang before I said Beetle. But
Now,
I'm
now
like,
you're underthinking it. Now it's
But
Yeah,
Frank,
underthinking.
but
you
I was like,
underthunk it.
but Frank said I'm overthinking it, so no Boomerang. Nobody's gonna know Boomerang.
Now you're underthinking it. I got
That
one
was-
more if you guys want to do one more since that was kind
Oh
of quick.
man. All right, go for it.
Go for
Go
it.
for it.
All right, non-MCU Chris Evans comic book movie roles.
Oh man, do we have to know the role or can we just know the movie?
I'll allow just the movie.
The Losers.
All right,
Okay.
The Losers. I got to remember his name. Okay, here we go. Jensen.
I don't remember anybody's name from The Losers, but it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I like
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim. So that is
Again, I don't remember his name.
Lucas Lee, I think.
Yeah.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Lucas Lee.
Yeah.
Ricky's getting back on the board.
I'll bite. Fantastic Four. Human Torch. The Human Torch.
Oh, bam. Johnny Storm.
I mean, like Buzz Lightyear, right?
Not a comic book, though. Or was it? Was it a comic book?
I'm sure this is a Buzz Lightyear comic out there.
I love how I'm sure there was is always the answer when he gets it wrong.
Somewhere out there.
I'm sure it exists. It's in fanfic.
Some Disney magazine.
You said non-MCU, right?
Just comic books. Yeah, non-MCU. Yeah. So Loki doesn't count.
Oh, I got one.
Wait. It's Dennis's turn, though.
Yeah, go Dennis.
Yeah. I'm forgetting. I used to remember all 6, but like it's a very weird thing to have to remember. So I can't do it. I got to pass to Ricky.
Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer. Yep. Curtis
Oh,
Everett.
that was a comic, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
That's a cool movie and a cooler show.
Dennis, you are up.
Yeah, I can't think of any more, man. You got especially his name. I would never get his name for any of these.
Ricky,
except Johnny Storm.
Can you get it?
I wouldn't be surprised if he's in The Last Airbender just because everybody's so horribly cast in that movie.
I feel like he did like a voice for someone.
Yeah. What is it?
Oh, I got it. I remember now. I got it.
Taking back his turn?
Yeah,
TMNT.
Yeah.
TMNT. He's in the Ninja Turtles movie.
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones, yeah.
All right.
Now I got nothing else.
All right, last one. You're probably not going to get Nick Grant from Push. There's a movie called Push.
Oh yeah, is that a comic?
God.
Was that a
comic book? Yeah, I think it's a
really okay.
No, was it a French one? No,
Like
I think
Dakota Fanning in that movie.
But yeah, I don't know. I've never seen it. I didn't know that.
Ransom Drysdale Knives Out.
What a comic book though.
Is that a comic book movie?
I don't know. You can argue with her.
Well, I'll leave arguing to her with for Ricky.
She's lived with you long enough to be like, I'm sure there probably is somewhere.
Written and directed by Rain Johnson, right?
Ryan.
Or Rainn Wilson, written by Rainn Wilson. All right, no surprise to me. Dennis wins that game, 192 to Ricky's 120.
Whoa, you were keeping score?
I was pretty close.
Wow.
Ricky was getting back on the board, though. I was getting concerned.
Yeah, I let him win.
Thanks, man. I really needed it this week. I needed it after
motivational boost.
After my fondue toilet experience, I needed to pick me up here.
All right, game over. All right, guys, you guys don't have to go
Speaking of pick me ups, should we talk about Peacemaker now?
Oh yeah, pick up this show with Peacemaker.
I'm so proud of that one. I'm not really. Okay, we've waited long enough. It's time to put a spotlight on Peacemaker episode 8. It's Cow or Never. It was the season finale. So sad, but happy at the same time. But, just before we get into this, spoiler warning, if you haven't watched it yet, please turn away and come back when you have. You'll thank us later. So here's a quick summary of the episode. Although Peacemaker and Adebayo are at odds, the team must kill the cow before the aliens can finish its teleportation. That's pretty much all you need to know about that episode. It's a lot of action and a lot of crazy stuff.
You knew the plot going into it.
Yeah, and I like that I knew the plot going into it. It made me feel comfortable.
And they still had some good emotional beats.
Yeah, I do love what Travis had to say, and this is fairly accurate. This has been, we're 2 months deep now, and sweet mother of God, I love it that you got DC all over your mostly Marvel podcast.
Hey man, we got to keep
Yeah.
the lights on here.
Got to keep the lights on. No, but I mean, in all honesty, the reason we started this show was, we like to talk nerdy at least once a week about all the nerdy things that are going on, but like we especially like to talk about the superhero stuff. And so I don't want to discriminate, man. If it's a good quality show and it's got superhero people doing superhero stuff, I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be a hard sell on Frank for Invincible season 2. But we'll make it happen.
When is that coming on?
I don't know.
I've been looking for a new animated series to not watch, so that'll fit that bill.
But back to focusing on Peacemaker. I freaking love this show. I'll just start by saying it. I loved the entire season. It kept me super happy. All eight episodes of it. I wanted to say 8 weeks, but then I remember it was like 5 weeks, right? Or 6 weeks?
5 weeks.
Yeah, 5 weeks. But yeah, I want to know like what you guys think based on like where this thing started and where it ended. Was how satisfying was it for you guys?
Ricky, you want to go first? You can say no if you don't. If you need.
I feel pretty good about where it ended. I mean, I like that this episode. I think you touched on it, Dennis. Like there wasn't really any surprises going into what was going to happen here. They were going to go kill the cow, and just from like a story perspective, like I really like the story beats that they, the steps that they took to accomplish their mission. Like, oh yeah, we have a Sonic helmet. Let's put it on the building. Let's send Eagly to do it. It was a very like practical. Like I wasn't questioning like, oh, why didn't they just use this thing that they've shown us to use it before? They tried out all their options. But even still, there were some surprises on their plan failing, But I kind of dug that it was pretty, I guess, lack of a better word, grounded in the sense that, they were using all of their tools that they had.
Yeah. And I think that's like, when I say no surprises, like, I mean, the plot itself was not surprising, right? Because the show did an excellent job of pacing it and leading us along to this. But within the plot, the execution, there can be plenty of surprises, and there were for sure. But I do appreciate like what you're saying is it was very grounded in everything they had established throughout the show was what they had available to them and nothing really more than that. Right. Like it's here's what we got. Here's all we got left out, out of the back of the van. How do we use these? Frank, I have a question for you. In addition to you telling me what, like what your thoughts were, that song at the very beginning of this episode, the one before the intro that said something about, don't mind if I stick it in your booty. Don't mind if I'm playing Call of Duty. What do you know about that song?
If I stick it in your booty. Oh yeah, you know what? What was that? What was the scenario where they were talking about it?
No, it's just playing while they're in the truck heading to the cow.
Yeah. But what were they doing? They were just on their way up there.
They're on their way to the cow. Yeah.
Well, he was apologizing to.
Oh no, they're doing the fart noises while Adebayo's trying to apologize. Yeah. I was just curious if you knew anything about that song because it was amazing and I need it in my life.
Actually, I don't know anything about that song. That song actually surprised me, and I was trying to listen to it.
To rhyme "Put It in Your Booty" with "Call of Duty" that's
you haven't been in
that's a thing of beautiful.
Your booty at duty is a pretty common phrase in any Call of Duty server.
Yeah, actually, I don't remember it. I can't remember that song is like a black hole. I kind of remember it now that you made the Call of Duty and booty joke, but like it's like a black hole in my memory. Like there's just like a blank spot there. Is that when they were making the fart noises when they were?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember it.
All right, fine. Well, that was a bust. Just tell me what you thought of the show then.
Sowies. Thought it was great. I thought all the payoffs were there. Everything that they brought up had a payoff. There's only two things that are tiny little gripes that didn't happen, and they're just nothing gripes. Like the scabies helmet never came to fruition, even though they brought it up a few times, and the kidney becoming the heart thing from Judo Master never became a thing.
Well, I don't know if it never became a thing. It was just never told to us directly.
It was never told to us directly, and they made it a point to tell us everything directly when something happens. So like
He just dipped out.
But the main thing that I liked that did happen, and the reason I bring these up is because Diebeard actually came back, and it actually had a moment where it meant something, and
That
it was
meant a lot.
incredible. Like I couldn't believe that they took something as throwaway a line as Diebeard and they made it into something. And I think the number one strength of Peacemaker is that it follows Boba Fett. Like the last episode of Boba Fett was last week, and then the last episode of Peacemaker was this week. And
did it feel weird to not have total garbage to watch on Wednesday before you watch Peacemaker on Thursday?
Yeah, we were almost gonna watch like Lamageddon or there's another one called Noah's Shark.
Frank, I know it's totally up to personal opinion, but would you consider it total garbage the way I did?
Boba Fett?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it had a couple cool episodes in The Mandalorian. But
I don't count the Mandalorian episode.
So I wouldn't call it total garbage, but I would call it like the donut that you find on top of the garbage, and you kind of want to eat it. It's tempting you to eat it, but you should throw it away.
Yeah,
one is a cheese fondue and one's a chocolate fondue.
What?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, Rick.
I think chocolate fondue sucks. So
because it's like soup. Is that why?
Yes.
So
100%.
Peacemaker, I'm going to liken because I've been watching Schitt's Creek. We're on the last season now, maybe the last like 5 episodes or so. And I liken it to that. Like obviously Peacemaker has a lot more vulgarity and a lot more action. But Schitt's Creek, it just gets you in the feels. Like they know how to manipulate your emotions to make an episode that's very Scrubs-like. And it'll catch you off guard. Same thing with Peacemaker. Like Peacemaker, they give you vulgarity, and then bam, some kind of like social messaging that's really good or really well executed, or like bam, it'll get you with the Diebeard thing or something like that. So it's really cool.
That's honestly, I'm gonna hold Lindsay's question till a little bit later, but that's honestly, I think the strength of doing genuine comedy. Like when you do comedy at its best, it pulls at all your different emotions, right? So like it makes you laugh really hard so that you can cry hard later. It makes you, like it's that roller coaster. It's those peaks and valleys, right? And so that's what you want to have when you go and experience a story. You want to feel the entire emotional spectrum, and it only works if like they really make you laugh a lot, also, because then you have positive associations with the characters, with the moments, with the story, and you care about them more. So
and that's what I was saying that's what I say a lot about Schitt's Creek, how it only made me laugh maybe a handful of times. I can count on one hand how many times I laughed out loud.
But the times you did, right?
But the times I did, they were worth it. And the times that I felt sad or felt some sort of other emotion were genuine, and it gave me a deeper bond with the characters. So while I wouldn't exactly say I love the show, but I'm going to miss them, and I want to check in on them like a couple years from now.
But you're not done yet, right? You still have a few more?
Still have a few more episodes, yeah.
All right.
But Peacemaker is the same way, and I'm glad that I know you had a prediction about the 11th Street Gang, someone biting it, and I'm glad that no one really bit it.
Well, Mern did, but
except for Mern. But I think he wasn't really part of the 11th Street.
Yeah, he wasn't in the photo.
What? Oh, was he not?
No.
Okay, you're right. Mern was not in the photo.
Yeah, but
I wish one of them would have died.
What a wish.
I was like when Vigilante went down, and he went down pretty cool. He threw that knife or whatever behind his back, and then
behind the back shot.
Like, that's a cool way to go out. I felt good about it. And then
that was not a good way to die. That was a dumb way to die.
Well, I thought it was good because
Vigilante. Who would you like?
It humanized him. I mean,
sure.
I feel like Vigilante kind of showed, I don't say superhuman ability, but heightened ability beyond what a normal human could do. So to see him be
peak
overwhelmed in that situation, I totally bought it, because he is still a normal ass, clumsy ass dude.
Right, but story wise, it's not satisfying for him to just die for that just there.
Why is it not satisfying? It's real.
Because real doesn't mean satisfying. That's why stories are made up.
Yeah, but Vigilante, like to Ricky's point, Vigilante doesn't really need an arc. He's just kind of a one-dimensional-ish type character.
I don't think he's one dimension, because I think we've been having fun debates about that every week, right? We've been adding or we've been talking about how they're adding layers and layers onto him. And even last week we were having this fun conversation about whether or not he's actually on the spectrum. You know what I mean? So every week, the fact that we're reevaluating who he is as a character means he's not one-dimensional, right? Like he started one-dimensional for sure. Like he like when he started, everybody was like, he's Deadpool. He's just Deadpool over and over.
That's still pretty debatable though. Like I still think he's a one-dimensional character because he hasn't grown or learned anything through this journey.
Week. He says something fucking crazy,
yeah,
and then everyone's like, "Whoa, dude, what'd you say?" And then it's like he goes on to some tangent explaining why he said it, and that's the joke.
All his comedy spans around him not understanding human emotion, and he hasn't grown or learned or changed anything.
He has grown though. He's grown in that those people are not. He calls them his friends now too. He calls them his friends.
That's not character growth. That's me. That's him. He's proven that he can learn. Like he calls the facial exercises crying, and when they explain that hey, they're not facial exercises, they're crying. He's like, oh, okay. So he can learn. That's not character growth.
Well, I mean, now you're debating whether or not he actually considers them his friends, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not,
Well, sure, but I mean, I'm not debating that. I'm debating that he's not growing. He's not grown as a character. He's the same character that he was when he first started.
He is the least grown character on the show. How about that?
I mean, when he started, he didn't want to reveal his face to anybody, and then now everybody knows who he is.
But he didn't have a choice, though.
Well, I mean, he still tried.
The choice was not his, and he did not grow past it.
He grew past it. I mean, he's comfortable with them calling him Adrian.
That is not character growth. What you described, being comfortable with someone calling you a name, is not character growth. That's not an arc. That's like a J.J. Abrams arc or something like that. That's like
it's not the extent of growth that you want in a character, but I saw him start as one character.
You're assuming that I want growth. I'm saying he's a foil one-dimensional character. That's it.
I disagree because I think the character.
You disagree, but you're not bringing any points to the table.
I am, but you're just saying no, those aren't points. Like that's what I'm saying.
Because they're not. You're like he grew. He wears a different shirt or something. Like you'll say things like that.
I didn't say that.
Come on.
I just think I don't like to like.
And you said we only bicker last year.
No, I'm trying to bring the bicker back.
No, but in regards to Vigilante, I just don't like to bring in like the spectrum argument with them because I think it's just I don't necessarily think you should like apply that. That should be a go. Instant go to if someone's acting differently. Oh, he's on the spectrum, or he might be on the spectrum.
No, but I didn't say that either. What I'm saying is the fact that we keep adding nuance and debate to who he is as a character means that he's more than just a one-dimensional character, right? Because we keep seeing a little bit more of him. It's not. I didn't say he's a fully three-dimensional character.
Have we seen enough to make him a two-dimensional character?
I think so. I think I've seen him on screen, so he's 2 dimensions.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming they're all coming back, right? That's kind of on topic, but they did announce a season 2,
sure,
right as this episode aired.
And they can always flesh him out more, built on built on the foundation that they laid in this season,
right?
And that's fine. He didn't have an arc, is more the point I'm making, and that he's kind of a one-note character.
You're entitled to that opinion, but I do believe that character from where he started versus where he ended became more of a heroic character than he was at the beginning. He wasn't a hero at the beginning.
He's still a murderer. Like no matter what, he's still just a murderer.
I'm not debating that.
And he still had then you're incorrect in saying that he changed because he's still a murderer. He started the episode off as a murderer.
He wasn't challenged. He didn't. No. I don't think he ever had to face a challenge to his ideology, though.
Exactly.
He was never faced with. He was faced with killing aliens and white supremacists, and then more aliens.
No, I think he was faced with them. Like he was because, he said, well, why don't you just kill your dad? And he's like, because I love him. And so he has to watch through Peacemaker and learn that there is nuance to these certain things, right? Has he had the opportunity to show you that he is now a fully changed person? Not necessarily, but I do believe.
Not at all.
I mean,
show me where he's changed, where he's grown.
He joined the team any
That's not where he's
help.
grown.
I can't even finish the sentence with you, Frank.
Well,
I can't.
because you're not answering the question. You're just
I'm
saying.
I don't think he joined the team though. Did he join the team or did he?
Yeah, he did join the team.
Well, yeah, he was forced to join.
Yeah, he was forced to.
Again,
wasn't
not his
forced.
choice. Yeah, he
He
was.
wasn't forced to join.
Mern forced him to join when they learned a secret identity after the cave thing with Goff.
And then Mern's dead. Mern doesn't have to, like, everything
he's with
after
the team because he's with his best bud.
Yeah, it's fine, Frank. We're not gonna.
Well,
we're not
we're
gonna
all
spend the
best
entire
buds
show.
here.
My
Anything
point.
else did you like?
My point is, I don't think that I was not done with Vigilante,
Mhm.
and so I would have been incredibly sad if he just died there, just
Mhm.
because like he was fighting a bunch of faceless people. Like if he's gonna die, he should die by somebody cool, like Judo Master, or like, and I say cool with big quotes around it, but like somebody that mattered to the story. You know what I mean? Like it
Mhm.
can still be a regular person. Like it just like even like I kind of liked how he specifically killed what's his face, the
Tiny Dick.
Fitzgibbon, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
sorry, Baby Dick, not Tiny Dick.
yeah, so we saw a lot of faceless or nameless characters die through that whole scene, but it was really nice to have like get the closure that, oh, by the way, this actor will not be returning on the show because he just got a machete through his head. But at least we made it a meaningful moment for like a second, where you get to see this is Vigilante protecting his best friend and stuff. So.
Mhm.
It would have been weird for me to see him just die to nobody. Same for Harcourt too. But I gotta say honestly, you ruined the Harcourt thing for me because I know she's in Shazam. So like, I knew she wasn't dying because Ricky
got
told
fucked
me.
up, though.
But she could have easily been taken by Butterfly and still been that same character.
Yeah,
like
true.
maybe
I mean, Shazam
Goff
could
is
be.
yeah.
Goff is kind of your unofficial part of the
Mhm.
team, also. At least
Shazam could be a prequel.
Yeah.
Peacemaker. Yeah, Shazam could be a prequel. I don't think so, but
I don't.
but I mean,
I
she can
think
still
they're
be
better off not doing prequels right
She
now.
could be Butterfly Harcourt as in Shazam, and that's fine.
Yeah, I actually was kind of like 50-50. Like part of me was like, oh no, don't get Butterfly. But at the same time, I was also like, you could be Butterfly. It's okay. Like
Sure.
it just makes you transform as a character to something else, right? Like which a lot of the characters got to do, like they got to be like literally kind of like the Sandman thing I was talking about, there's a lot of actors that got to be something different. I will add to your
every character got to have an arc except for Vigilante, is what you're saying.
I will say you're wrong, because you know who else didn't? The Neighbor. I was kind of bummed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right. Okay. I give you that.
The Neighbor did not. Really, the janitor didn't either.
But I do feel like with the Neighbor and the janitor, that's kind of like our.
They're in the intro, man.
Well,
Hey, they got 2 episodes.
They're in the intro every week. They're in the intro.
I'm saying that's just us pushing our expectations on them.
I felt like because they're in the intro, they must be important. You know what I mean? So like,
I mean,
you also felt like because they're in the intro, they were all going to become butterflies. That was
I said that was a cool theory that I read on the internet, and I thought it was interesting. But I did say last week it's pretty obvious that's not going to happen. So, but instead.
In the second to the last episode is when you said when you debunked your theory.
It wasn't my theory, bro. Like
the theory that you stayed up all night.
The theory that I found on the internet. You're so accusatory today, Frank.
The theory that I watched you all night.
Yeah, bring it, Frank.
I'm just making fun.
What was I going to say?
Okay. Yes,
I was
if you need me to say it, Dennis,
they did the reverse.
Not come up with a theory. It was not your theory, Dennis.
They did the reverse though, and they ended up using the intro song in the episode. Yeah, and that was kind of cool.
How'd you guys like that? You guys both like that?
Yeah, I liked it, especially because every episode I never hit skip. How about you, Ricky?
I hit skip all the time. My time is precious.
Classic.
I got other shows to watch.
Would you just hypothetically, Ricky? I'm just curious. Would you have hit skip if there was like a subtle change each intro?
Yeah. No, sorry. If there was a change, no.
Like they just like a minuscule change, like how Game of Thrones shows like different lands in the intro sometimes.
Never seen it, but if it was different each time, then I wouldn't skip.
Okay, gotcha.
But on that same coin, I know people were always pissy, or people were pissy about the Hawkeye, the final episode with the musical at the end.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, that was worthless. It didn't add anything. And at the end of every episode of this show, there's like an alternate take of whatever scene, and no one had a problem with that.
None of them were 4 minutes long.
Okay, you don't have to watch them, just like you don't have to watch the intro.
You're not missing it. None of them were 4 minutes long, and all of them were different content that we didn't see before.
You never saw that full musical.
Great.
Got enough. You got it. That's good. That's fine. Yeah.
I just don't see why people were up in arms about that and then not this. It's the same thing in my opinion.
Well, it's because there could have been something after the musical. You don't know that it's gonna keep going with the music. Like they're gonna keep running that joke into the ground. Like so, as fans, we've been patterned to stay until we see those German credits or whatever the first credits are.
Yeah, it's because I don't understand why you don't get it when like every single Marvel movie has given us something that like suggests what's next.
Or makes a
not everything at the end of the post credits.
Oh my god. The semantics here. Okay,
No,
name
like,
the two movies that didn't do it, and then we can agree that Ricky's right.
Spider-Man Homecoming is one. Where Captain America gives a speech on expectations.
Yes,
that's one of them. I mean, if you want,
out of 27 movies, you're gonna list all three. Okay, cool.
But the bigger thing, it's an extra. It's a little piece of popcorn you find at the bottom of your bucket. That's a little crispier than the others.
Every single one of them is not just
it's
been
a
an extra.
Seventh chicken nugget and a 6-piece. It's just an extra.
No, it's not, because you say that like it was an accident.
It's
like a 7th chicken nugget is an accident. All right. A lot of people got paid a lot of money to make those things. You know what I mean? Like those post credits, whether or not you think they're meaningful, hundreds and thousands.
I love
of people
it when it's something meaningful, but I know that whatever it is, it's not a given. I don't take it for granted.
You don't take it for granted.
But you watched the entire post credits of Hawkeye, right, Ricky?
Yeah,
you did. But you skipped the intro credits of Peacemaker except for the one time.
Yeah, because I knew it wasn't different.
How did you know it wasn't different?
Yeah, how'd you know if you didn't watch it?
Right, that's fair. I don't know.
Your answer a second ago was because
the internet zeitgeist didn't alert me that they were different. So you know what? I trusted the internet like Dennis trusted that rumor about the intro.
The rumor that he made up.
And
I'm just kidding. I'm still gonna give you
no.
That's why. Like if the internet was blowing up and saying, "Hey, each one's different," I'll watch them. But if they're gonna be the same, then yeah.
All right.
I feel like they were different and they hit different every time. Especially last week.
Yes, last week for sure, because they had that touching moment with his brother, and then it goes to, do you really want to? Do you really want? And then all of a sudden,
like, no, I don't want to chase
that. No, I don't want to chase that. I don't want this right now. Curiosity though, like there's a question that I thought.
I'm not sure what this means, but I'll allow it to be on it. Dennis' face. You didn't take it for granted. Sure.
I wanted to ask, and I thought that Ricky or someone was going to bring this up episode 1, but what makes the intro to Peacemaker so much better than the outro, I guess, to Hawkeye? Like it's both a cheesy musical, it's both this goofy choreographed, like overproduced scene. Why is one better and why is one not?
One's more unexpected.
Which one's more unexpected?
The Peacemaker. Peacemaker.
You think that's more unexpected than the Avengers musical?
I think the Avengers musical is a bit of a money flex, that they shot that whole thing and they produced that whole thing for only a minute of it to be in the actual show. So I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad it's all out there and it exists. But in terms of like seeing the whole thing, I wasn't necessarily like, surprised on how it all wrapped up. That one song it was cool, it was catchy, but the Peacemaker thing was kind of all out. I felt like it's a little bit more of an out of left field for like a typical intro for a superhero show.
I think,
But-
yeah.
But not like Legion, where they have the musical numbers and stuff.
Man, let's not pretend Ricky's watched Legion.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't have
I
that.
withdraw that comment then. Dennis, what are your thoughts?
Okay, one, let's not bring Legion into it, because when you play with Legion, you find out that they actually had meaning to the story.
Sure, yeah.
Like, so they actually matter, and it kind of like retroactively you learn that, and it's really cool. Probably why other people had that same theory about Peacemaker, right? Because
they want to put meaning to that.
It's way later in Legion that you find out that the random dances that have happened in the show were actually a psychic battle taking place. It was the representation of that. Really cool. But with Peacemaker, I think I kind of agree with Ricky. What he was saying is that like it's an intro to a TV show that you've never seen before. Like it's not like most things ever. But I think also like what's really funny about it is it kind of sets the tone in a lot of ways for the show, right? Because it's ridiculous, but at the same time, they have all got this really straight like face on them while they're doing it, and like it kind of lets you know this show's going to be weird, right? It's going to be weird, and sometimes it's going to be serious, and like it almost looks like these people don't want to be doing this dance, but they're compelled to, right? And so like you can't help but wonder what's going on, like why. And so it's like it's a car accident that you can't help but stare at, right? Like,
I mean, the Peacemaker suit itself is
it stupid?
It's pretty, it's accurate, but it's a dumbass costume. It's like they make fun of it in the first episode, like it's bright red, it's not practical, and so you see this, very opposing figure, which is John Cena, this big ass dude in this dumbass suit. Like it's like Dennis said, it's a car accident. Like you just want to watch,
But there is something more to it too, in that like you were just about to get to there, but like it's not just John Cena. It's every single person that's important to the story of this show. Not only put their all into those characters throughout the whole season, which we were just blown away by every single one of them. Like I fell in love with all of them, right? Like I wish, I've said before, this is the show that I wished Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. would have been, right? Because it's everything. Like it made me care about so many characters that I'm a John Economos fan now. You know what I mean? Like, and I was not before. And so I think to know that those actors put that much love and into those characters, but then also equally all of them put all that care into rehearsing and getting that dance right. That's cool, man. And that's just, I think that's a testament to the teamwork of that cast, right? And you can't say the same for the Hawkeye thing, because it's just a bunch of other people playing the characters we care about, right? It's not, it's just random people. We don't know we have no connection to those people. Like it's so, I feel like they're pretty different in that sense.
So it's more the disconnect with Hawkeye as opposed
to Hawkeye even have an opening sequence? I thought it just had like a title card.
It's cartoon. It's the artwork from the comics.
Yeah.
But
I said Sex and the City. I've never seen Sex and the City. I don't know what that could be any, but it could have a "Do You Want to Taste It" opening where they all dance.
Yeah.
Well,
sorry. What were you gonna say, Ricky?
I'm just gonna move it on. Like, what else? I mean, we haven't even talked about the actual Peacemaker arc, the Adebayo arc, the Justice League.
Are you gonna name every single character except for Vigilante?
I mean, the character that had development, yeah.
All right, joke's over. I've already moved past it. But what do you guys think about so we had theorized early on that maybe Ratcatcher or Idris Elba, like in our hopes of hopes, would show up in this show. Were you guys satisfied with the cameos that did show? I mean, aside from Waller, who we got in the second episode, I don't know. Were you guys satisfied with the cameos that we did get?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I loved it. It's that scene is what I wanted from the Suicide Squad.
Sure.
Because I thought it would make more sense. They're fighting a kaiju, but they in this show they foreshadowed or they teased it, right? When she's talking with her mom. So the fact that they do show up and then you get Aquaman and the Flash actually there.
Sure.
and Aquaman says "fuck," like that's hilarious.
You Barry.
They took it to 11 with that, like the not only just to have the cameo, but just to have that dialogue too.
Sure. Dennis,
I
did you like that better than the like a personal like rat catcher moment or something like that? Would you have liked?
Guys, I thought Ricky was so close to saying what I was thinking this whole time, and I specifically didn't say it in a lot of places, but I might have said it to you guys. But like, to me, the ending of this show was everything I wish the ending of season 2 of Mandalorian had been.
We were getting to that, yeah.
That's what I was talking about, like last year when I was complaining about like having all the characters have their agency stolen from them and given to this other character. What I love is they made this Justice League joke earlier in the episode, and you're like, well, they're not going to get the Justice League. And then like they actually do, but you know what? It was too late, because like it would have been dumb if they showed up and solved the whole problem for these people when this is their test, right? As a team, this is all of their test. Like they have to survive it. With I give John Economos a break, because I mean that guy was the true hero of the whole show. Like he and poor guy broke his leg like really bad at the end.
That was like horror movie level.
But honestly, like they couldn't have defeated the freaking cow unless he did what he did, So like I give him some slack that he wasn't in the last battle, because he did the lion's share of all the most important
he
saving.
Crawled all the way over there.
They worked in the story though, like a time element. Like where they needed to go do it now, and they did suggest that they could wait for the Justice League, but it was urgent.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was worked into the story perfectly. And so, it made sense, and it's cool. Like from a larger DCEU perspective, it still served the story in that, like, damn, Waller can pull some strings, man. Waller got the Justice League to show up,
but also
the two that are
didn't show up. Cyborg.
You always bring this up,
and Batman,
Dennis. Or one of the things we always talk about is not always you just bring it up, but one of the things we talk about is like when shit's going down in Thor, and like the world's crumbling and dark elves are attacking.
Yeah.
Where the hell are the Avengers? Like, there's nowhere to be found. And this one, okay, there's the Justice League right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They showed up late, but still they showed up.
I was so satisfied because it acknowledged the larger world, minus the two actors that are questionable whether or not they'll ever be returning to the
But it also
universe.
sets the threat level too. That was a Justice League level threat, for sure.
Possibly. I mean, they didn't know for sure, but yeah. I mean, it was enough. They did enough to convince Waller that it was. Whether or not it actually was, I mean, the Justice League would have handled that in like a second. You know what I mean? But
Superman would have handled that.
But also, the other question you always have to consider is, the reason you got to use the Justice League sparingly is, what if a butterfly got into Superman? That's bad news, man. Or Wonder Woman. Or Aquaman, you know what I mean? Like, it's all bad.
A little behind the scenes of that scene. Marvel actually shot that scene for them. So they were doing some Suicide Squad, I believe, screen tests. Sorry, flip it. While James Gunn is shooting Guardians 3, they filmed that bit. But it's a thank you for shooting a screen test for something for the Suicide Squad something for Guardians that they shot on the set of Suicide Squad.
Oh, gotcha.
But Marvel actually shot that specific scene with the Justice League.
Oh, okay. I mean, by Marvel, you mean they use Marvel resources?
They use Marvel's production.
Marvel picked up the tab, basically.
That's yeah.
Okay. Before we get too far away from it, I wanted to ask about or I wanted to play devil's advocate actually with what you said about the difference between this and the Mandalorian season 2. It's I think the main difference is that we've never got to see Luke be a true badass like he was destroying all those battle droids. And I think that's the difference, because we've seen Aquaman do things I don't want to say be a true badass. We've seen him in a couple movies. At least.
Your argument is falling apart in my eyes right now.
No, I know. But I mean, we've seen Superman be Superman for the most part. We've seen Wonder Woman be Wonder Woman. We've seen all those characters be themselves. So the fact that they could just show up and stand there and have a little banter was totally fine.
But it's not really, for me. It's not about like not seeing Luke do cool stuff. You know that, right?
No,
I
know that. I know the argument. You guys had the argument just last week, I think.
Yeah, it's about him completely robbing them of their agency. That's there's a happy middle ground between Peacemaker and the end of Mando season 2, and that I think would have been the better ending for Mando.
They checked all the boxes in Peacemaker to make it so it makes sense why they didn't show up.
No,
obviously, it would have also been cool to see the Justice League like wreck like the last remaining butterflies really quick, right? It would have been cool, just like have them just completely incinerate somebody's head or blow somebody up or whatever.
Set up like a real badass guy that they were really having trouble beating, and then Superman just like flicks him in the eye or something.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you get there? Right? Like,
well, I don't question ever how the Flash got somewhere.
Maybe
Flash,
Superman, or
the real question is, how did Aquaman get there?
Yeah, well, that's what I was getting at. Like,
maybe he rode Superman's back.
I think they kind of show him being dropped in there, like at the very last frame, like the frame right as they're showing them. So it could have been implied that Superman carried him and dropped him.
I do.
Or I was gonna say Batman was parking the car, and then he walks up after everyone leaves. He's like, what happened? What I miss?
Yes, yeah. But I did have other stuff to ask you guys like about that one, because I was curious, like as far as predictions go, like for me it wasn't just the Justice League that made that episode really that cherry on top. It was the cherry on top for me was two things. It was the Justice League and everything that happened with Waller.
Oh wait,
right?
You're saying the Justice League wasn't the cherry on top?
No, I'm saying there was more than one cherry. There was like two cherries.
You had like two or three cherries. Damn.
Yeah, it was a fancy cake.
Oh, man.
Or sundae, whichever the analogy is appropriate.
It was like fondue with chocolate.
Yeah, it was. It's amazing, and you dip the cherries in it. What? But so aside from the Justice League thing, we got Viola Davis to come back for actually a full scene. You know what I mean? Like, and I think we had kind of predicted that we wanted that last week, or maybe earlier in the show we predicted that we hoped for it. And so I don't think I ever predicted that it would be as impactful to her world as it was. You know, like I thought it was just going to be Adebayo saying, "Mom, I quit." You know, like it was. It felt like that's what she was going to do.
Her mom.
She outed all of Task Force X. Dude.
Like it almost seems like they're setting her up to be a bigger presence, a more recurring presence in season 2. That's what I got out of all of that.
That'd be great if she's the through line, but either Adebayo or Viola Davis, one of those two. Like that'd be cool if they were the through line through all the DC movies, the Nick Fury or whatever.
Yeah, but so my question to you is like, what does this mean for the future of Suicide Squads?
I don't know. Maybe they'll just give the keys to James Gunn and just be like, "Here, you do it from now on."
Task Force Y?
Like, yeah, can they do it? Can they do Task Force X if everybody knows about it and now they're under investigation?
Task Force out in the open.
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe they could do like a Thunderbolts thing.
You can't blow up people's heads. Like you can't threaten to blow up people's heads. You know what I mean? Like
definitely not.
That's a few laws being violated there.
That's what's also interesting about Viola Davis is that she makes that one face, but emotes so many different emotions from that one face that she makes.
She does, yeah.
And it was really cool watching her watch her daughter out her on the TV because she's all like, "Damn, I can't kill her." Like you could see the quandary she's wrestling with in her head, and it was really cool. Like
it's like they made her the only character who could take down Waller, right? Like not even Batman can take down Waller. You know what I mean? Like that's. It's pretty. I didn't see that coming, and I thought that was, for me, that was just as satisfying a surprise as having Aquaman actually swear multiple times in a scene. Like, that was, for me, that was so good to have, because he's never going to do that in his movies.
No,
so I love that he said "fuck you, Barry."
I mean, you get one fuck and a PG-13.
Yeah, but they don't. But they don't like to. They just don't.
They don't flex that fuck.
What do you guys think about the future of Goth and the Butterflies, though? I mean,
Goff is
mostly
alive.
source.
They're gonna
No
die,
food
right?
source.
Like he only has a finite
Eventually.
amount of juice.
Well, I mean, they've established that the cow is their only source of nutrition in this episode or in this show.
Mhm.
But I
Yeah.
mean, they could always come up with something else. Like,
Yeah.
there's always a way. As long as the character is not, you don't see a body, they're not dead.
I
Unless
really
they're
like
the weasel. And
the
then-
framing of I mean they put Peacemaker's stance right in his face, right?
They did.
And he rejects it. But it's
Yeah.
I thought they did a really good job of laying his argument in front of him.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty moral
Yeah.
cause, right? Like they just want to save us.
I
if you
mean,
believe him or not.
it's as moral as Peacemaker's
Yeah.
philosophy. So
killing every man, woman, and child for peace.
for peace. So it's just as moral as that. They're willing to kill whoever is necessary to ensure that this earth is steered in the right direction. So, it really was hilarious how they threw that back in his face and how, like, I loved the redemption of Peacemaker and Adebayo. Like I said last week, I was pretty sure that's what this episode was mostly going to focus on, was those two. And man, that was incredibly satisfying
From start to finish. It totally was.
So good to have both of them,
You know,
and to have both of them have that moment where they, like, he's like, "Don't tell V, but you're my after Eagle, you're my second best friend."
Yeah,
and, like,
that was really cool.
That was such a good moment.
Before we get too far away from it, so they established early on, like, even if you haven't seen The Suicide Squad, they established early on that what Peacemaker's creed is and how his journey has changed, how he views his creed. That would have been cool if they put something like that in the Book of Boba Fett, where they explain what his creed was, like how being all about the dollar, and then why he wanted to be a respectful criminal that's not really a criminal, kind of thing. That would have been really cool. I think that would have aided it well, because I think after that you could have forgiven, like, the Mos Vespa clan and the all the other weird stuff that just kept happening in that show, because you at least would have had him as a North Star, so that when the Mandalorian shows up, it's like that drip of water in the Oasis, because you know what the Mandalorian's all about. He's about that dollar, and he's about getting the job done.
Yeah.
And
Hey, we did have a question from Travis, and I feel obligated to answer this because it's a legit question. I mean, he's asking, before I go, how does the series rate versus Disney Plus series? You weren't very specific, but versus Boba Fett is hot garbage and Peacemaker is amazing. But I think what you're really asking is versus all the other Disney Plus shows. And I would say it's definitely up there with some of the best ones. Maybe even better than most of them. I
think it's tighter. It's tighter than all of them, in my opinion.
It is tighter than all of them, for sure.
But that is kind of unfair, because what's it called? Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think to some degree Loki, and definitely WandaVision were impacted by the pandemic. So that kind of sucks for them.
This one was fully made during the pandemic.
Like,
he, like, from start to finish, he wrote it,
but there was a lot of uncertainty, and it made them have to change the stories around and stuff like that. So it definitely suffered from the effects of the pandemic more than Peacemaker did.
All of that aside, I think the other reason it's just tighter is because it was one singular person's vision, right? Like, it was written and mostly directed by James Gunn.
Also, the hooks in their universe are not, they don't need to be as tight as they are in the MCU.
Yeah,
you definitely have more freedom to do what you want to do.
The larger universe either helps or hurts the Marvel ones right now. Whereas this movie or this show got to exist entirely in vacuum. Like, but then for fun, they decided, well, it's not completely in vacuum, but it only helped the show. It didn't hurt it, right? Because of the way they executed it. Like, I was just completely laser focused on these characters, and I didn't even care if I got Superman or Wonder Woman or any of those,
No.
So,
okay, so before Travis goes, just the short answer: how does the series rate versus Disney Plus series?
I think it's better than most of them. I don't want to necessarily say all, but I will say this: Moon Knight is got an uphill battle. Like,
it looks really cool,
big time. Like, I think it looks cool, but like, I'm gonna be comparing Moon Knight to this for the next few weeks, like for the next few months. And that's
If
unfortunate.
anyone can outact John Cena, it's an Oscar Isaac.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. But
Apocalypse.
Oscar Isaac, yeah, I was gonna say that Oscar Isaac needs good material in order to outact John
Exactly.
Cena. And I haven't seen any indication that Disney Plus so far is capable of writing Oscar Isaac level material that'll make him shine. We'll get a Poe Dameron, I think.
I've seen him do some good Poe Dameron and some bad Poe Dameron.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll get some Poe Dameron from The Force Awakens.
I've seen him do some really bad Marvel, so it would be nice to see him do some good Marvel.
Sure.
But yeah, I like for me for this year, Tim Murray can outact everyone. I was so right about that guy. He sucks.
Boom.
Imagine if he would have showed up in this show.
Oh, that'd have been amazing.
And you know what? He could have too, and that would have been gross. He could have like driven Aquaman to the thing. Like
he's all, "Hey, I heard you fuck fish." Later.
By the way, that's not a rumor. It's true, right? Also, the Green Arrow.
True? Is that canon?
The Green Arrow. I'm pretty sure he goes to brony conventions and and dresses up as the backside of the horse with a 4-inch butthole.
Was that a dig on like Stephen Amell? Is Stephen Amell a brony or something?
I don't know, man. I just loved it. I love that Peacemaker had infinite rumors about everybody in the Justice League. But also, I guess I didn't even think about it until just now. He confirmed that Green Arrow exists in their universe.
Yeah.
Not the show necessarily, but
it doesn't have to be Stephen.
But the character. I mean, the character exists, so that's pretty cool.
They confirmed a few others, didn't they?
Kite Man.
What's his name? Batmite.
Yeah, Batmite. Yeah, for sure. But I'm just keeping a list of all the fun ones that are like now officially already in there.
There we go.
But yeah. So I think we could keep this probably going forever. I know. Sorry, we did argue a little bit about Vigilante, and so there's probably still other stuff that we could be talking about.
And that could be in the soapbox. And for only $2 a month, you guys can have access to the soapbox.
Or a fraction of an HBO Max subscription.
For the fraction.
That's not the price, but it's okay. It's okay.
For $18 a month, you guys can have access to the soapbox, and here are all of our hot takes on Vigilante and whether he has an arc or not. Good night, Travis.
We're gonna head over to the soapbox really soon. Thank you all for everybody who tuned in. I had fun talking about this show. I love it. Needless to say, if for some reason you're watching this and you still haven't watched Peacemaker, go watch it, man. It's like everybody who had their doubts about this, throw those out the window. It's too good. It's my favorite thing that I've watched in a while. But yeah, we do need to wrap this up. So check back with us next week when we'll be taking time to talk about Encanto with our very special guest Selena.
Yes.
Oh, we got Selena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Selena's going to be our guest next week. But yeah, thanks to Frank and Ricky for nerding out with me today. And you guys are, I mean, you already did the thing. You told them to check out the Patreon, but what else can they do?
For only $27 a month, you guys can join our Patreon. That's the bottom tier. That's the bottom.
Yeah.
We have higher tiers if you guys want to spend more.
You get the higher tiers.
But if you're too cheap, or if you don't want to support us via Patreon, but you still want to see us fed and clothed, smash that like button. Go ahead and leave a comment. Tell your friends about us.
How can they smash that like button?
You smash that like button with your finger on the mouse. Like, what do you? It's not a literal smashing, Dennis.
Oh, I thought maybe like a clopper at a brony convention.
Oh, that would have been good. Or I can't remember
in the Pona.
What was the keyword? I can't remember. Like the way Adebayo smash the cow.
Oh, nice. Oh, the human torpedo.
Human
torpedo. That
activate human torpedo on that like button, everybody. There you go, man. That would have been so good.
Yeah, that's way better. You're better at being me than me.
All right. Also, thanks to our patrons for supporting our growth and to our audience for tuning in. If you had fun, you can do all those things that we just recommended. And thanks for watching. Den Excelsior, True Believers. Enough said. Time for the soapbox.
See ya.